Let's get started with our program. It is my pleasure to introduce to you today our ABTA's President and CEO, Ralph DeVitto.
Thank you so much, Emily. Looking forward to this 2 days being together with everyone. Welcome to the 2022 American Brain Tumor National Conference. I am so pleased you've joined us for these 2 days. And some people will be joining for a session or two, others for the 2-day program. I am told we have over 1,000 people registered. They're from around the US and around the globe. So it's just great to have this content to be shared both in real time, and then of course after it can be downloaded, viewed again for you, or for those that haven't joined us yet, they can join or they can learn from the conference. The ABTA National Conference is the largest brain tumor conference specifically designed for brain tumor patients, caregivers, and survivors of all ages. We cover all tumor types. Our goal is to give you access to the leading clinical and research experts who will share with us the latest updates on treatment, research, and care. Our goal is to empower you with information you need for your journey. Many of you are joining us for the first time, so special welcome. One of the best ways to learn about the ABTA is through our website, which is abta.org. We, as you heard from Emily, we have a new platform called Whova. So it's our effort to better connect, better engage through chats and speed networking sessions, etc. Be patient with us as we've launched this new technology. So it's great that we are trying something to better engage you. And we do want to learn from you after the conference how we can do it better next year when we'll be in person and have an online option for you, since not everyone can make it to Chicago for 2 days. I trust at the end of this conference, you'll have experienced the value of your relationship with the ABTA. Our work must continue with urgency. Too many of us have lost loved ones to a brain tumor. Brandon Starkoff, ABTA board officer, father, husband, brilliant entrepreneur, passed away this week from a brain tumor. And many of you have had a recent experience or have experienced the loss of someone that you've loved or known. And to all of you, my deepest condolences. Let's remember and let's be urgent. I now invite Carla Varner, chair of the ABTA board, to offer her welcome and other remarks. Carla?
Carla, you are on mute.
Thank you, Emily. I appreciate the prompt there. Thank you, Ralph, and good morning to all of you participating in this year's national conference. If you're joining us today, you probably already know a few things about the ABTA. So I thought I'd start out by telling you why I serve on the board. I joined the board back in 2014, not long after 2 close friends of mine lost parents to brain tumors. I remember very well how quickly they declined just a couple of short months after the original diagnosis. Since joining the board, I've met multiple other people who have been impacted by this absolutely horrific disease. Most recently, as Ralph mentioned, our fellow board member, Brandon. We have to do everything we can to fight this terrible disease and to support caregivers and patients like all of you participating today. The ABTA emerged 49 years ago by Susan Kramer and Linda Goldstein, both mothers whose daughters were diagnosed with brain tumors. 49 years ago, there were limited educational and support resources available. And frankly, brain tumor funding was abysmal. Susan and Linda were determined to build an organization to serve the patient through information, support services, and research. I'm sharing all of this with you today so that you know that this program was designed uniquely for you. By bringing together medical leaders from all over the world, we aim to provide you with the most accurate and relevant information and support services and most importantly, to empower you. We hope that you find the information presented today helpful and meaningful to your brain tumor journey. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Carla. I want to take a few minutes to acknowledge those who have helped create this wonderful conference. Thank you to all of our speakers whom you will hear from throughout the weekend for sharing their thoughtful insight and expertise tailored to patient and caregiver needs. Thank you to all of our sponsors and funders for their support of this conference. I want to especially thank our corporate partners, Novocure, GT Medical Technologies, Medexus, and Northwest Biotherapeutics. And lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to thank our conference planning co-chairs, Dr. Nancy Ann Oberheim Bush and Dr. Vinai Gondi, for their dedication and leadership in the development of this incredible program, bringing together national experts from the top medical institutions to share with you today. Dr. Nancy Ann Oberheim Bush is an associate professor of neurological surgery and a neurology and clinical director of neuro-oncology at the University of California, San Francisco. She has a passion for excellent patient care and research interests in the development of novel agents to treat both gliomas and meningiomas. Dr. Vinai Gondi is the director of the research and education at the Northwestern Medicine Proton Center and co-director of the Brain Tumor Center at Northwestern Medicine Cancer Center in Warrenville, Illinois. He specializes in the management of brain, skull base, and spine tumors, and his research focuses on the development and clinical trial testing of novel radiotherapy techniques to maximize effectiveness and minimize toxicity of radiotherapy for patients with neuro-oncological malignancies. Please welcome Dr. Oberheim Bush and Dr. Gondi to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Nancy Ann. Like Emily said, I'm one of the neuro-oncologists out in San Francisco. So welcome to all of my West Coast people very early in the morning. Absolutely thrilled and honored to be here today and be part of this incredible organization with the ABTA. Vinai and I have been working hard to create a really great program for everybody over the next 2 days. Something that I'm really looking forward to. Everybody's been talking about HUVA, so I won't mention that. But also, we've created a program where we have a lot of experts talking about basic science research and cutting edge treatments, but we've also tried to incorporate patient voices throughout the program to really hear people's stories and how everybody's impacted by these devastating diseases and inspire a lot of hope for people as well. Little bit about me, I'm out in San Francisco. I'm married and a mom of 3 kids. May or may not show their faces over Zoom over the next 3 days because we'll have to see. But again, absolutely thrilled to be here and be part of this organization.
Thanks, Nancy. And again, special thanks to all of you for joining. Glad to see the Midwest leading in attendance from Chicago. So someone very close to me, my grandmother, who was like my second mother and was instrumental in raising me, passed away from a brain tumor approximately 25 years ago. And so it's in her memory that I'm absolutely delighted to have played a role in organizing this important meeting with Dr. Oberheim Bush and other colleagues. Special thanks to everybody at the American Brain Tumor Association for not just leading this meeting, but also serving as an important source of education, information, and connection between our brain tumor patients and their caregivers. A special thanks as well to our speakers for providing us with this important and cutting-edge educational content. And lastly, but most importantly, special thanks to all of you for participating in this meeting and for continuing to serve as an important source of inspiration for all of us.
Thank you both so much, Dr. Oberheim Bush and Dr. Gondi. We would not have been able to bring this quality educational programming without each of your leadership and guidance and support. You will hear more from our co-chairs throughout the meeting with their personal presentations, participating on panels, and also speaking during the breakout sessions. All right.